Alright, so post-apocalyptic type scenario and alien film mashed together, how does it fare? Alright guys, gals, and everything in between, I'm here today to review for you Captive State. Now Captive State is, if I'm not mistaken, from the director of Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and this is the aliens have already invaded, took over, and won, and they kind of rule over Earth as like the guy above your supervisor, like a district manager level, and then they feed the information down to the people, and then there's also the resistance force, and then you get a lot of convoluted bullshit. This film had so much potential. Now, I as a gamer really resonated with this film in the first act at the very beginning because I sat there and I was like, this world looks like if someone did a live action Homefront film, because I actually love the video game series Homefront and Homefront the Revolution. It's very, very reminiscent of that. Now, that aside, the rest of it, frankly, is kind of a mess. The film doesn't hold up because it just honestly feels like a mishmash montage of random scenes that, to me at least, don't really have a point. And then when they try to make them have a point, all you get is this weird convoluted mess where they're trying to be really clever. And that's the thing. You can tell that they're trying to be really clever, and it just doesn't land. What are some of the positives? The cinematography is excellent. You are immediately immersed in this world. You feel like you were a part of it. The lighting on the characters, like especially when they're in the government scenes, they're lit very, very deliberately to be like that government darkly lit, or like dark but yet at the same time hard light on people, stylistic choices. That is all really cool. That is all really smart. Now, on the balance of that, the aliens themselves are great for the little bit you see them, and when you see them, they apparently watched the film Aliens vs. Predator Requiem and said, we can just show a black screen, and that's cool. Let's put that in the film. One of the biggest alien scenes involves a bus and all this stuff, and half the scene, if not 2/3 of it, is almost entirely in the dark, in pitch black. The other scenes that did have the aliens, they're not in it very much, are all really darkly lit. And you don't really get to see them, but what you see of them, they look really cool. So you see all this missed potential. And where I see where they're going is that, like, Ridley Scott's Alien back in the day didn't show the alien much, but at the same time, if you look at those shots that are framed with the alien, it's still lit in a way that it highlights your imagination. This doesn't. It's just too dimly lit. And so the film as a whole, I kept wanting to like it. And there were moments that were really, really intense. And honestly, it was when they were doing Homefront type stuff. Like, honestly, this film just made me want to see a Homefront adaptation, like a Red Dawn Homefront type thing from this director and cinematographer and crew, just with a different screenwriter. Because again, you know, they saw the movie Arrival and said, wow, that's clever and has aliens. Let's do exactly that, just not as good. And it just kept falling flat. And when these plot twists were happening, I just kept sitting there saying, oh, okay, why? But why? Like, there were so many things that just didn't make sense. I honestly, honest to God, thought I fell asleep in the, like, first 25, like, at the 25-minute mark of the film. I actually honestly thought I fell asleep. And then I realized I didn't fall asleep because I blinked and the film is just a cohesive mess. So it's just a mess. When you have to question yourself and go, did I, like, pass out in the middle of this film? That's not a good sign. But again, the visuals were really cool. There were some intense scenes. The saddest thing about this film of Captive State is that you can see the potential. The allegory is there of a tyrannical government, that they're trying to say a tyrannical government is bad, and then the rebellion force underneath, it would have to go everywhere, and how much they'd have to sacrifice in order to achieve success. I get that. I get what they're going for. That being said, when your screenwriting is shit and it doesn't make sense to me, I mean, maybe to some people it'll make sense, but it just felt to me like they were trying to be clever for the sake of being clever and hiding it with stellar cinematography. So I gotta say, it's just not worth a watch, but it's not total garbage. So I'm gonna have to say this film is best served as background noise. That's all. Throw it on. Like, this honestly could have gone straight to Netflix and it would have just died there after like 48 hours. So, guys, gals, and everything in between, what did you think of Captive State? Did it intrigue you and you enjoy it more than I enjoyed it? Let me know, please. I'm curious because it did nothing for me. And I wanted to like it. I still want to like it. But I'm actually forgetting the movie as I'm reviewing it, and that's kind of bad. So anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. I got plenty more videos coming to you. Love you guys.